Okay, so I left you all high and dry last week. Dry? Get it? Get it? Anyway, because my WSAT Level 3 exam is in 2 weeks, and I also, in case you can't hear it, have come down with a pretty nasty case of bronchitis. But I'm back today because I can't abandon you 2 weeks in a row, and also my friend Lacey reminded me that Valentine's Day is coming up when she sent me a Snapchat of her 6 bottles of rosé. 6 bottles. Is she my kindred spirit? Yes, obviously. So we have already done an intro to rosé, excuse me, back in the summer, but I want to revisit a couple things just real quick and then show you some rosés because, of course, a picture is worth 1,000 words. All right, so you walk into the wine store or the grocery store or the package store or whatever you call the place you buy wine, wherever you are, and despite that last year there were only like 3 rosé options, suddenly there are like 3 shelves of rosé options or 3 aisles or times, whatever. Rosé is booming right now, and that can be really frustrating because so many of your options will taste completely different. And frankly, it's not obvious how to know what you want to get for your palate. So a quick recap of how rosé is made. There are 3 options, and very rarely is your rosé actually going to be red and white blended together. I'm not saying it's not an option, it's one of the 3. I'm saying it's really unusual, and we can talk about those exceptions at a different time. More or most often, your rosé is made from red grapes, direct press, meaning you take the grapes, you de-stem, you crush, you press, that's your rosé. The press used is like, think of like a cheese grater, but make it a cylinder, and then put a balloon inside. So when you inflate the balloon, it squishes the grapes, and then the juice comes out the holes. The skins stay trapped inside. So inside of here is your skins, and then the juice is coming out of the holes. There's no maceration. Your other primary option is short maceration, which means that after the grapes are crushed and pressed, they may spend between like a few hours up to 48 hours with the skins. I want to say 48 actually is the cutoff, but then I'm thinking 72. That could have something to do with sherry, which is what I was studying earlier this morning. Typically a few to 48. This contact time between the juice and the skins imparts greater like color, flavor, tannins. Thus, an easy place to start is just looking at the color. So I'll show you. Here we have a Cab Sauv Merlot Syrah blend that is from Chile. There we go. That is, like, I would say, obviously darker than this French-style rosé from Yarra Valley, Australia. Like, you can, I'm hoping you can see that. Now, I couldn't find it on the label, but I looked it up. This one is also Merlot Shiraz Cab. So we can make an educated guess that this one was either direct press or it spent less time with the skins than this one. I'm realizing I'm wearing red, so it's like not, there we go. Now, oh, now you can see it. So this one is lighter and brighter with the worst outfit to wear, with like fresh red berries and citrus, while this one is going to be ripe red berries, a subtle difference between fresh, and a little more velvety due to the additional extraction of the tannins. Actually, you know, is this going to be really, we'll see if I have to edit this out. I'm wearing a sports bra, it's fine. Okay, so now you can kind of see the difference a little bit better. You have much darker, much lighter, same grapes. Okay, now, for this Castillo de Olleria, I'm not sure. I don't see anywhere on here that it gives the grape varietal, but it is planted in Valencia, and the most planted red varietal in Valencia is Monastrell, which we discussed just a few episodes ago as being a big red wine. Monastrell is a thick-skinned grape, so I'm not surprised at how dark this rosé is. We'll bring these back for comparison. When it's red, it has a lot of like blackberry, pepper, leather, tobacco, cocoa. So I would imagine that this actually didn't need to macerate for a super long time just because of how robust this grape is and how thick the skins are. Because of that kind of knowledge that I have and the climate here, which is moderate Mediterranean, I'll be expecting bright red fruit and maybe even some tropical notes because of the climate with just like a splash of floral. So again, here we have the Monastrell. I feel like that cup game. All right, so we have the Monastrell, which is largely this color due to the grape skins. the climate, and possibly the way it's made. And then 2, I realize I didn't like pour these evenly, but we can fix that. These are both, like, that's wild to me. These are both Merlot, Shiraz or Syrah, and Cab, and they're so different, most likely, again, because of the way that they were made. I feel like I'm not doing this video justice because I'm sick, but suffice to say, this is just 3 rosés. So finding the right rosé is like a journey. You may want to do a little research before you set out, or just, you know, wander up and down the aisle looking up stuff on your phone. Some questions to consider. What are the varietals in this wine? They are often not listed, but you can frequently find them through some diligent searching. Where is this wine from? Climate can clue you in to possible flavors. So cooler climates will give you lighter, zingier rosés, shall we say, while the warmer climates will give you fruitier rosés. That's a generalization, but it's not a terrible one. The area can also help you figure out if, figure out what the grapes are in case they're not listed. So obviously, I don't expect everyone to just memorize which grapes are growing where, unless you, like me, are studying for your certification, in which case you actually really should know. But you can definitely do a quick search of like most common red grape in location. And you probably won't be led too far astray. And then the colors, as noted, will help you know if there was more or less extraction, influenced in part, of course, by the grape. So we're just coming full circle. Excuse me. It's a lot, I know. I recommend what I always recommend, and that's to try a lot of them. I'm a huge fan of the idea that Valentine's Day is for everyone, and love is love. So whether you are loving on your partner, or your friends' pets, or your family, or whatever, have a rosé party. Tell everyone to bring a bottle and then just taste. This can help you establish a baseline knowledge, and you can use that to make an educated decision for your next trip to the store. What am I doing with my hands? Okay, you know what? That's all for now. I need to go take another dose of Robitussin and drink my tea. Disclaimer, do not drink Robitussin and drink alcohol. That's called robo-tripping. It's dangerous, and I don't want to go to jail if you do something stupid. Do try the Harney & Sons teas. They're phenomenal. I need to get back to my studying. You are probably tired of listening to me cough. If you want to send me some good vibes for my exam, you can do so through like squeezing your face like this and thinking really good thoughts at me, because I will take that at this point. Commenting below about anything and everything wine, liking this video, subscribing to this channel, drinking a new wine, any combination of all of those things. Cheers and happy Valentine's Day.